What is good? Today we have got a knife on the table that I wanted to talk about, mainly because I saw these come back in stock on a couple of different websites recently, and I thought I would do a video because I think this is one of the best values in the EDC knife world right now. What we have here is the Ontario Rat Model 1.5. We'll go ahead and knock some of the specs out. So you've got tip down, tip up on both sides, so it is very universal when it comes to how you want to attach that pocket clip. Blade centering is good. You got a pocket clip, it is not deep carry, so you're going to be sticking up about that much, which is okay, not my preference, but you can always get some aftermarket pocket clip and solve that issue fairly easily and usually pretty inexpensive. On the handle, we are looking at right about 4.5. For the overall length, we are looking at about 7.75, and then your blade length, you are looking at right at 3.25. We can weigh it, but keep in mind this is not going to be a true weight test because this is not the original model, the production model, I should say. We're looking at right about 3.28. So this one is in Camo Carbon, which is an exclusive to Blade Runner Outpost. This one is the 80s pattern because Blade Runner Outpost is the home of the 80s. If you're looking for any type of 80s Camo Carbon, I would say check there first, especially if you want it to be some kind of exclusive. So this is going to be the pattern on my knife here. That is the great thing about Camo Carbon. All of them are different. This one was sculpted, so you have some texturing in here. And then you got a little bit more here, which gives you some depth to the Camo Carbon. Really brings out all of the colors under the UV and without the UV as well. You got Randall Adventure Training, RAT on the blade. Yes, they were not named after the rodent. And then Model 1.5 in MagnaCut on the blade. And then on the back side, you've got Ontario Knife Co., made in Taiwan. We've got a liner lock. It's got a cutout to access the liner, and then you've also got some jimping there to get on it. You got some pretty aggressive jimping in the back, which really is just solid for use. It definitely locks you in, but it's not too aggressive. It just really gives you it lets you know it's there, we'll say that. You can come up on it. You got this little flat spot to put your finger. If you really needed to choke up, you can choke up on there. I find myself just holding it in the normal grip most of the time, but it's comfortable in just about every position I have found. And that pocket clip, I don't like this style pocket clip, but it does make it to where it feels like it's not even there when you're doing a standard grip for sure. You got a full flat grind, makes it a very slicey knife. It has very good geometry on that edge there. So yeah, I think it is just a great everyday EDC knife. Sorry about that. Been a little bit sick the past few days. That is what happens when your kids bring germs into the house. So yeah, this knife right here, I mean, a lot of people would have said their first knife was a rat. I know when I was first stepping up into a non-gas station knife. The rat was on my list of knives that I was looking at. I ended up going with the Randall Adventure Training SE version, which is a frame lock instead of the liner lock, so it's a little bit thinner. This one is the 3.5, so it is similar to the Rat 1, I believe was the 3.5 inch version. I forget off the top of my head, but there it is compared to that. So I ended up going with this one. I do like this knife. I do not like the frame lock. This is one of the stiffest frame locks that I have ever owned. It doesn't get in the pocket too much anymore, but it is still cool to have around. But I felt like I had to have a rat in the collection. So when I started looking at which one I was going to pick up, this ended up being the one. We'll do some comparisons. I think that is the best way to judge a knife's size, is to compare it to something you might be familiar with. There is the Vosteed Raccoon. Here is the Civivi Vision FG. As you can see, right about the same as the Raccoon. Vision FG is a little bit bigger. Let's get some sheep's foot action out here. We have got the QSP Penguin, and we'll get a little bit of a Warncliffe out here too. And we've got the Chavez Sangre Street, right at the same as the Chavez, and then just a little bit bigger than the Penguin. And then for all you Spyderco people, we have got the Sage 6 and the Para 3. Bigger than both of those models. And then we will look at them closed up. And to me, this is where the rat does a great job. It just doesn't take up much space in the pocket. I mean, it fits inside the handle of both of these Spydercos, which has always been my issue with Spyderco. I have grown to love them, but I do think they could be a little bit friendlier on the pocket. Right about the same as the Vision FG and the Raccoon. One thing I wanted to take a look at though, right at the same thickness, the Raccoon is just a little thicker. Vision FG, same thing, a little bit thicker. Para 3, a little bit thicker. Sage 6, right about the same as the Sage 6. And then we'll go back to this real quick. A little bit bigger than the QSP Penguin. And then right at the same has the Chavez. Chavez is quite a bit thicker. This knife is a very thick knife. I do enjoy it though. And Penguin, a little bit thicker. Now I'd like to get a hold of a G10 version just to compare the thickness and the overall size in the pocket, all of that stuff. But when I was looking to get a rat, I was doing my research, shopping around, window shopping, and I saw that the 1.5s were in MagnaCut. So I decided I was going to get one of those, but they were out of stock everywhere. And then I saw this came out in the 80s Camo Carbon. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know I do enjoy a good Camo Carbon. I think it is a cool material, not just because of the UV, but without the UV, I feel like it looks very cool. And every one of them is going to be a one of one. I mean, they're all going to be different, which I think is also pretty cool. So I decided I was going to get a Rat 1.5, kind of get the modern version of a classic design. I think for the everyday user, I think these are excellent options. I will say the budget versions, the Model 1 and Model 2, they come in Oz 8 or D2. I think the Oz 8 versions are usually around $40. The D2 versions are a little over $50. And then they also have them in S35VN, I believe. Those come in a little over $100. Or you can go with the 1.5 and get that 3.25 inch blade in MagnaCut. Pretty much all the time I see them just under $100. I think right now they're $95 on Blade HQ and on Knife Center, and then I think at Atlantic Knife they come in at like 89 bucks. So for 89 bucks you're getting a proven design, a proven knife from a company that knows how to make a knife that's been around for 20 plus years. I mean, this knife has been around for 20 plus years. Ontario Knife Company has been around for 100 years or something like that. So you're getting a knife from a proven company, a proven design in modern materials, and from all the testing that I have seen, Ontario is doing the MagnaCut very well. So you're getting a blade that's going to last a very, very long time. I think there are plenty of other knives out there that are not giving you the value that this is giving you. I understand it's not the coolest, fidgetiest knife anymore, but if you're just looking for a user, for something that is going to get the job done, I think it's hard to beat this knife at 100 bucks. I mean, we'll take something like the Raccoon and just randomly grab that. So yeah, you're getting a top liner lock here, but if fidgetiness is not the biggest concern to you, I mean, this one you're looking at, what, $65, so $35 more you can step up to MagnaCut. Or if the fidgetiness is a factor, then maybe overlook the Rat series altogether. I will say in the more budgety end, where you're looking at the Oz 8 and the D2, I think that has been outclassed a little bit by some of these other knives, like the Ramet Camel, for example. I mean, you're looking at 37 bucks and you're getting a liner lock with a button. You're getting just a little bit more, I feel like, for the money on those more budget options. But I'll say it again, if you're truly just looking for a performer and a user, I think there is plenty of other options that cost more money that don't give you the same quality as this one. And you're getting a classic for your collection. You're getting to test out or try an old design with a new outfit, kind of just a nice fancy version of a classic knife. I think that's all the talking points I wanted to hit on it. So this is more of a deal alert / review / go check out Blade Runner Outpost if you like the Camo Carbon. I'll try to link this version, the G10 version, in the description down below if you're interested to pick it up. It's not an affiliate link or anything. I don't have any of those. I do this for fun. If you watched the video and you liked it, please comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. If you wanted to tell me why you hate this knife, tell me that down in the comments as well. But most importantly, love yourself. Do something good for somebody today. Even if it's just to make you feel better, it might make them feel better too, and that's a good thing. Thank you guys for watching.